Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, I want to give an honor whom I respect all of speakers and participants conference. Good afternoon all. I want to introduce myself. My name is Sani Ardi. I'm a student of doctoral program Andalas University, Padang City, West Sumatra Province, Indonesia. Previously, I would like to thank the Committee of Conference on Innovation in Technology and Engineering Science, CITES 2020, UNAN. At this conference, I took the topic of biodegradable materials. The background of my paper are currently there are still many cracks found in the coating of implant material with hydroxyapatite. This occurs in titanium 64 ELI, extra low interstitial, one of the most widely used titanium alloys for biomedical applications as a load buffer in orthopedic implants. This condition can result in the implant material loosening, which can lead to failure in the growth of new bone tissue around the implant material that is placed in the body. In the sense of the word, the process of fusing implant with the bone doesn't occur. The coating used is derived from bovine bone and commercial hydroxyapatite in micro and nano sizes using dip coating. Problem formulations. There are still many cracks found in the hydroxyapatite coating. Crack result in loosening of the fixation, so the implant will fail later. Hydroxyapatite is brittle due to the high sintering temperature above 1700 degrees Celsius. Hydroxyapatite coating on titanium sometimes not evenly across the surface. This is what causes cracks on the surface of titanium 64 ELI. Research method. This study used a search on the database in the journal Science Direct, PubMed on biomaterials, biomedicine, dentists, and science of international reputation using the keywords titanium implant, surface modification, electrophoretic deposition or EPD method, dip coating method, hydroxyapatite, and osseointegration. According to a number of literature studies, of many methods used for coating the implant material, the dip coating method is the best method to minimize coating cracks. The dip coating method can control the thickness of hydroxyapatite layer we want by varying the speed of the implant material withdrawal during immersion. The higher speed of pulling the implant material in the dip coating method, the more even, not accumulating hydroxyapatite layer on the entire surface, so that the addition of titanium 64 ELI with hydroxyapatite coating is stronger and minimizes cracking. The parameters used are depth on millimeter, withdrawal time on second, and withdrawal speed on millimeter second. This is literature review on my research with electrophoretic deposition method and dip coating method. Results on my research are the properties of brittle ceramics, low strength, do not have good crack toughness during the sintering process, uneven coating on the surface of the implant so that the addition of the sample to the substrate is not strong during the sintering process. Incomplete coating process, thermal shock, temperature change too fast when heating. Trapping gas, when sintering. The trapped gas has not yet had time to escape, but the liquid bridge of the particle has occurred so that the porosity pathway is tightly closed. The conclusions on my paper are, apart from the deep coating method, crack reduction in coating can also be done by adding zirconia powder to the coated hydroxyapatite on the implant material. Zirconium oxide has micromorphological properties that can form collagen and mineral networks. Initial adhesion on the surface of the implant material. This property causes the bone implant fusion to be good. The addition of zirconium powder will increase the hardness value of the hydroxyapatite coating. The attachment of titanium 64 Li to the coating will be stronger. That's a short video of my paper. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.